If I'm stuck in this chair, let me be useful. While we're waiting for questions, should you receive the notification? I don't know. I had to private the previous live, sadly, because it was being reported. So we're going to look at the general messages for all zodiac signs, also preparing for the new moon upcoming. Aries, Pink Diggity, hello beloved. Aries, what's up with Aries? What's your trial? What's your challenge? Love. Is it a challenge or is it a blessing? You're either ready, in pursuit of, or opened. Either preparing, working on. Yeah. You're trying to conquer someone. Either impress, show up, working on your love language. Beautiful energy. Gomery is your energy for this cycle. Consider 7 days. It can be up to 30. But I feel you're right in the midst of it. So something's got to give. By new moon, you're going to see some results. So Aries, if you're waiting for someone to kind of make a decision, show on whether they're interested or reciprocate or show a sign of love, or you're preparing to take something to the next level, commitment, engagement, etc. Right back at you, beloved. Blessings. Taurus, what's up with our Tauruses? They had quite an important limit to kind of discover, reveal, and overcome. Upheaval, and there it is. They're embodying that very energy. It's forceful, it's brutal, it's raw, it can be aggressive, violent, unexpected, a bit chaotic, definitely unpleasant or shocking even to those around you, Taurus. But yeah, you don't have any other way. There's something that has pushed the wrong button or reached some form of a culmination. Drip, drip, drip. This is Chinese torture kind of an energy. It takes a lot for you to, or it takes for someone to either betray you in a manner that ties in with your principles, your foundations, things you live for, things that matter most to you. This is something important, right? It either has been denied, or you either experience betrayal, disappointment, some form of revelation, and this is the straight up the energy that you enter into. You either speak your truth, draw some lines, cut someone entirely out of your life, call someone into question or something, challenge it to some form of a duel or clarification, or demand what's rightfully yours. Stand up to either defend or fight against something that threatens something precious or important to you, fundamental. You're not to be messed around with at this point. There's no hair on your tongue when it comes to expression and communication, and you're going to speak truthfully, not necessarily in a balanced manner, but there's truth in what you're saying, whether anyone else understands it or not. This is not ego or you being hurt by something, you know, random or superficial. No, this was something very important to you. So someone stepped over your foot here, pushed the wrong button, and you're basically not even trying to control your response or your reaction here. It's extremely reactive, and yes, you may hurt innocent people or take it a bit overboard or not be able to control certain impulses, urges, or the things you say or do at this time. So ponder, try and find a way to not refrain or repress this, but find a new way to actually approach this subject, this person, this matter, right? So that you don't do something you may regret. So fair warning, you need to find a way to work with this energy. Otherwise, every time it rises or it comes up, it defeats the purpose, right? So there can be something powerful that you conquer here if it's used with wisdom, some level of self-containment or control. So moderation as much as possible is key for you, Taurus. Gemini, what's up with you? ARIES, inspiration in reverse. You lost your muse. Your cycle is a bit uninspiring, to say the least. It's not speaking to you anymore, to your soul, to your spirit. There it is, Mercury. There's something that's starting to boil within you. A thirst, a call, a need. This is not calling you to action. It's calling you to exploration, to advancement, perhaps even to transgression, to break out, break free, change, develop, discover. Yeah, you're called to exploration. But it seems as if it stems from a frustration or an acknowledgement of certain things that can no longer fulfill or satisfy you. This is change that grows from having already fulfilled your previous needs or desires. This is change, call to change that arises from satisfaction and fulfillment rather than from scarcity and lack. What you currently have can no longer fulfill you because you're asked or called to move to something else, to explore something entirely different. Your expansion cannot be contained, limited to just a specific experience or something that is defined by society as being the end-all be-all. Or no, you're called to continue to dare, to think outside of the box, to individuate the things that may limit or restrict you, all the things, whereas you yourself may have chosen to compromise in hopes that they will be enough, that they will suffice, that they will satisfy both your intellectual curiosity, your spiritual pursuits, and so. No, this is a call for something higher. Again, arising from having completed all the previous needs or levels, let's call them, right? So this is a Gemini who has had the finances, success in career, status, the perfect family, the white picket fence, you have it all, yet none of it fulfills you, right? There must be something else out there. So it's either a spiritual pursuit that you're called for. You yourself may be either biased or have some form of a prejudice towards this call that arose within you, because you perceive it as risking to threaten the stability or the safety or security or comfort or what you've built up until now. In other words, you feel you've got something to lose, so you're basically pondering on whether you choosing to explore something else may have you risk the safety of what you've already conquered. It's quite the choice that you gotta make here. It doesn't have to be that way. Maybe you just need to redefine what's comfortable to you now versus what was to a previous version of yourself. And what's so wrong about wanting to explore life from a whole new perspective, to have different pursuits and desires, and right? Then what made you want to limit yourself first and foremost, whereas you were willing to compromise? You're asked to break free out of some form of a mindset, worldview, limitation, a need for comfort. Comforts, the practical or the comforts of the world kills the passions of the soul. In your case, of the mind. You're asked to explore. And there are old traumas, and that you will individuate should you be courageous enough to start exploring yourself, life from this new found state and desire, and that may challenge your old worldview and beliefs and things that just worked for you, right? So you're quite you feel trapped. In reality, it's in between the old and the new, right? Can you encompass the old in a form that can enable you to still be able to explore and maintain some level of freshness and curiosity and questioning, a sense of awe and adventure? And can you entertain the possibility there are still things out there that you do not know, that you're yet to explore, and that you're called to take that chance and do so? Start searching for them. Are you willing to take those chances? This is what this is telling you. Yeah, there's either bias, limitation, conditioning, some form of fear, prejudice. You may be called to pursue spirituality and you're a bit conflicted about it. You may actually try and rationalize it or have it fit in the box of what you know works for you. There's mental or intellectual limitation, bias in some capacity. So you're dabbling either in subjects or topics that you're not comfortable with, or you've always been biased towards or critical about, or you're asked to basically flip something entirely on its head. And what if life is not always that rational, or maybe there is some truth to the spiritual realm, or without you trying to put it in a box to have it fit preconceived ideas or definitions of. If you're going to explore something, do it wholeheartedly and fully and all the way through. And at the end of it, if it does truly challenge your old views, and if they crumble, so what? It means they needed to. It means they needed an update. It means they weren't true to begin with. If they're that easily shattered by the mere attempt to explore life in a less rational and calculated and strategic kind of a manner. What if by you switching from one extreme to the other, by the end of it you'll find your own reality or definition of the latter, of normality, of life, of truth, love, right? But unless you're there, I guess you're never gonna find out. You're safe with something as long as it's not challenged. What if there's a version of you that's already doing it? You're already challenging everything you felt you knew, because it showed its limitation in when it comes to how much fulfillment it can actually give you. Gemini. Blessings, Myra, beloved. Thank you for being a light unto the world as well. I'm here. Don't hesitate if you have a question. Cancer, what's up with you? A reversal. The vigilance in reverse. You're distracted. You slipped up. You're emotionally impaired to the point of not being able to understand what's going on around you. You may be overly naive, easy prey. People may be exploiting your overall intense inner emotional states, especially if you wear them on your sleeve, the closest to you, there's a warning to detach and start observing. Yeah, you haven't been noticing what's going on around you, other people's feelings, intentions, and for better or worse, it doesn't matter. There's a detachment that's going on because of your level of introspection and intensity of your emotions and sensitivity, and there's some form of a chaos within that you're trying to take it upon you to kind of, but it basically no longer allows you to be anchored in what's going on. You lack in presence when it comes to a context, whether that's family, work, social circles, or on a collective level, when it comes to you being able to feel the vibe of what's going on, at least as far as it impacts you financially, practically, socially, within your current environment, location, and so on. You're completely disconnected under the weight or the burden of the intensity of how you're trying to process emotionally what's going on. At this point, you're extremely vulnerable, so you better start reevaluating the people in your life, because they can either protect and support you throughout the state or exploit you completely unbeknownst to you. It's very important you choose your people wisely at this time, because you're most vulnerable right now. You cannot sense people's intentions. There's no further conscious choice to exercise your ability to empathize or connect with others, sense, feel, detect people's intentions, feelings, and you're disconnected because whatever it is that you're processing here has completely, you succumb to it. And yes, it is your own battle, but usually the environment is supposed to protect you through the stage. Are you sure that's happening? So what's going on behind your back, literally? Almost as if you're there, but you're not there. So what's going on? Alertness, presence, discernment is called for. Grounding as much as possible. Show up wherever you are. Force yourself to show up. Don't get dragged along by emotions, by other things, by your inner world, and show up fully so that you kind of get the pulse of what's actually going on, because you're going to have important decisions to make. You're easy prey right now. Careful. So at least try and see yourself through the eyes of others. See how others may see you. Leo. Caution. Cancer energy seems to kind of extend over at your end. There's something important happening here. You may not have been able to realize how crucial and important this event actually is. You're asked to evaluate properly something that's presented to you. It's already within your reality. It was destined. It's extreme. It's a lot more than what it appears to be. That's the idea. The hidden enemy. It's a wolf. It's either a partner, someone who has the power to determine on what's going to happen in regards to something that's extremely important to you. This is a shift on your path here. It's not a crossroads, it's a turn. and you got to make the right one, left or right. But it's not a crossroads per se. Something has already come to pass here and seems to kind of swivel it forcefully in a specific direction. There's an interference here. You think you're making a choice based on a set of information that you have, but you need to reevaluate. I'm asking you, if you're signing legal documents, you're working with anyone who has any semblance of power in this world, authority and so on, whether it's in banking, real estate, it's, I don't know, lawyer and law enforcement, a politician, a businessman, it doesn't matter. It can be an associate, a partner. This is telling you, you're taking this too lightly. You either think that even if they're gonna lie, it's fine, I'm covered. This is telling you, no, you're not. There are things that you are yet to reveal. Be very wary when it comes to any contract you sign, any deal you make, any new associate, or if you choose to partner up with someone. Or this involves personal relationships as well, especially if they're same sex. Things are not what they appear to be. This is an amazing opportunity for you. I get it. It is destined, as I said, but this is a test. Something's hidden. So, an important choice to make. Evaluation is called for, especially when it comes to things falling out of the skies, amazing opportunities. And you will make a choice either way, but make an informed one. Know thy enemy, as they say. And same energy as for Cancer, it's to detach and to analyze things critically, go deeper, read the small print, and don't jump for this opportunity. I know that you have absolutely no signs to warn you about this, hence why the message comes through. Nothing tells you that this person could be anything but honorable, or right? There's a hidden aspect to them, or rather there are influences that may work through or behind them, or it doesn't matter. There's something dangerous here that may put at risk all of your journey up until now, your effort. As in, you think you're dealing with someone or with a situation, in reality it's something entirely different, right? And it's what, I guess here the elders would call someone is stealing your destiny. It's kind of what this is. Either it's envy, competition, it doesn't matter. There's a trickery somewhere in here. Don't gamble, don't take financial chances, no big purchases, no important decisions until you really narrow down. Take the time to study it, to go deep, to read everything you need to read, do your research, investigate. This is a time to, before making any important decisions, Leo. Caution. Better safe than sorry. This is the simple energy that there is here. And in your case, it has this choice, and how you navigate and traverse this is going to determine most of your journey, if not the rest of it. Crucial. Virgo. What's up with our Virgos? A choice. Oh, there it is. I was looking for this card. It has wax on it. The choice, the headless. For you, it's about it's the opposite. Get out of your head. Trust your intuition. Have courage. Sorry. Virgo, for you, it's opposite. No, there's someone else. It's Gemini that's asked to do the same. Whereas they choose to live, at least for a while, for the time being, without needing to strategize or rationalize everything. So that's your call right here. There's still a lot of grounding here. You have strong foundations, instincts, the wisdom, the experience, the connection with nature, with the elements. So don't worry, you're going to be safe. Practical wise, no dangers here. Financial, practical, but I believe it's when it comes to the matters of the heart specifically. Choose with your heart. Question number 8. Libra. Change and development, independence, individualism, fair assessment of one's current both realizations, nature, needs, desires, wishes, but also, of course, limitations. There's a lot of ownership and accountability and a level of maturity and independence, and so this is also implies having gone for all the previous stages, which implies disempowerment, gullibility, naivete, exploration of one's limits in both directions, for better or worse, overgiving, learning to receive, people pleasing, having integrated and went through all of these aspects means it's been quite a painful journey. But there you have it. You found more of yourself, right? You're more centered. You're definitely embracing your nature, your path, full on connection with your higher self, receiving direct assistance without resistance or confusion or being misled or misdirected by false desires and pursuits, and you're no longer confused, and all instructions seem to be delivered with no interferences, whether it's the ones you have to receive as you leave the world in sleep, in those states, whether it's for prayer or meditation. You practice more conscientiously things you do, not just for the sake of doing them, but your heart and your presence is fully there. Sometimes it's as simple, maybe you no longer do certain rituals and you are too concerned about what you wear, and you just connect with the intrinsic energy of it. Maybe you no longer even care when you light your candle to your ancestors, or you do it when you feel like it. So that brings you back to a connection that defies any form of a spiritual practice, or you're developing your own. It's very beautiful, because finally it means that you are able to receive proper instruction, guidance, protection and support from all the forces working to do so, which also means that practical wise, you'll see you're developing a new way to get back into the manifesting process, whereas it's going to be productive, it's efficient. To you, at least, it's going to give you a lot of satisfactions. Finding smallest joy and starting to be in alignment again means that things are going to start working in your favor. But you yourself are going to find that you're invested or invest energy in a manner that just seems to be right, natural, organic. It's no longer determined by other needs or fears or traumas or expectations, or no. You're not trying to be anything specific, convince anyone of anything specific. You just are. It's embodying that. It's beautiful. So it's centering in the sense of feeling as if you have a world all of your own, finding your place within the world. This is the beautiful part about this cross, is again, it's the reminder of the centering, the four corners of the world, four elements and so on. It's plus polarity, it's feminine in a certain sense, because it births, it bestows creation-wise, manifestation-wise, but it can also be, it arises precisely by acknowledging one's limitations in order for someone to enter back into masculine and plant seeds. This is a very receptive state, but in this case, it ties in with what one needs to bestow. You receive in order to give. Hence why you have absolutely entered a chapter or a stage, a spiritual state now, vibration, and that's definitely in alignment. It's both grounded and anchored above. So it means that things will start making sense, a sense that it's yours alone, whereas you're gonna converse or convey things differently, speak differently from a new level of understanding, with a new charge to it, with a new intention that's charging the words or your actions, or that's aligned with your actual purpose, with divine will, and with the natural laws below. So it's going to lead to successful manifestation. You're redefining anything that up until now you may have used as a guideline, as a system to navigate, to advance, to pursue in this reality. You're redefining them in order to align them to a truth that actually resonates with you. And that truth now is basically in alignment, no longer challenging the natural laws. So that's why you're no longer needing to push against anything, nor compete, nor chase, nor for anything whatsoever. It doesn't mean you're not going to do so should you find yourself in that situation. But the motivation is different right now, right? It comes from a higher level of understanding or anchoring and presence and and sovereignty. This is empowerment. This is embracing your own destiny and cross and going through this new cycle in full understanding. Development, yes. This is going to translate in tangible results, new opportunities. Things will start making sense. Your reality, your own world, your own is going to start making sense. It's both an integration of the old with the revelation of the newfound or rediscovered, remembered nature, destiny, qualities, and as you go, as you advance, as you progress. So one step in front of the other, right? Walk in faith without needing to know the path. It's beautiful. Scorpio, the phoenix rising, rebirth in reverse. You're frustrated. You've been waiting for something to happen. And it has, except not in the manner or with the results or that you were hoping. So you're asked to revisit something that you were waiting or have worked towards or hoping for or made an effort towards, longing or waiting. And for example, if you're aspiring for prosperity, look again, because you have it. You were hoping for serenity, you have it. I know that at a second glance with this new perspective, you realize that you already have it. So the frustration that arises from that sense of longing, lack, and can dissipate. That's all. With Scorpio, it's always simple. They just make that turn, that decision, and there it is. Oh, I see. Perfect. So you're going to have a chapter of this sensation of bliss and walking on clouds and being blessed and grateful. But before you can have that, you are asked to see the glass half full, to embrace gratitude, to enter that vibration and start naming and thinking and celebrating and all the blessings that you can find. It sometimes depends on the resistance. It can be very hard to do so. There will be the self, like if you say, thank you for the air, the self, the shadow self will come and say, are you serious? It's not you who chose to be here. It's the least that he could give you, right? So it starts arguing and then says, I'm grateful for the food. Are you serious? You call this food, right? This is not what you wanted. You could have wanted to eat. You deserve to eat this. Or you're going to have to fight through it. Depends. For most Scorpios, the first step is the difficult one. But once they do, it's full on. So that you enter that vibration only so that you can genuinely receive in full conscience and understanding and the blessings, because you already received them. You just don't realize, you don't see them. Your focus is on what you don't have, what you lost, what you did not receive, right? So a decision is called for whenever you're ready, when you're tired of feeling scarcity and loss and pain and frustration. When you're tired, remember you can always turn the switch and say, you know what, fuck this. I'm the happiest person ever. Look at me, I'm blessed. I'm alive, I'm powerful, I'm strong, I'm resilient. All of this has been invested in me. That alone is a miracle. I am a miracle, right? My vessel is a miracle. The table in front of me is a miracle. Forces had to align in it's magical, right? It's incredible. It has to be by design. There is a force that watches over us. Everything will be restored, regardless of the pain. For every tear, there is a laughter somewhere. For every, and this is the nature of this world, and you better than anyone knows that, Scorpio. If anyone can process the negative aspects of what humanity is currently traversing, karmically speaking, energetically, that's you, right? You understand on why it exists, why it needs to have the nature of darkness. No one understands it better than you, right? But don't drown in it now, okay? Alchemize it, transcend it, embrace the blessings and the other part of life, joy, spiritual joy and fulfillment. Your vibration needs to align now. With you, it's already practically happened, but you know, your spirit has kind of been left behind for a moment. They're stuck in something painful, and indeed may be restored. Sagittarius. Why are we not surprised? 66, harmony in reverse. Chaos, chaos, chaos. You're triggered by beauty. You're triggered by peace, by serenity, by... Is it envy, Sagittarius? Is it envy? Or is it just for the spite of it now? So unless you have a darn good reason on why you would call someone, enter their reality with boots full of mud, completely inconsiderate, not consider the people's, how your choices or decisions or behavior may impact other people. Even when they do tell you, you laugh about it, right? This is the energy of the spiteful, you know, funny, I guess. Yeah, exciting. We love it. We love a good challenge. We love the funny interference and jokes made on the side. It challenges us, right? To be less serious, to be less controlled, less fine, perfect. But there are limits, right, to things. Now you have to ask yourself, why do you do the things you do? In full awareness and understanding that it destroys everything on your way. And curiously enough, it seems to only target what is already of harmony, of purity, in intention, in manifestation, of light, of serenity, of prosperity. Why are you so triggered? Why do you always aim towards the harmonious? So you got to start asking yourself, is it possible that you feel that you are not allowed to have it? Yes, you are. The reason why you keep navigating towards it, but rather than embracing it and finding your own measure of harmony and love and serenity and peace, you choose to destroy it because you feel incapable or undeserving, unworthy of ever having it. If my cow is dead, God forbid, I shall kill the neighbors. If I don't have it, nobody can. But have you ever tried? Maybe that's why you keep navigating towards it. Maybe you're not trying to destroy it. In your heart of hearts, it's your way of trying to actually experience it, even for the slightest of moments. Only to destroy a letter once you realize that it's not yours, but somebody else's. What is it? Envy? You know that's what you want, and I feel you're ready for it. Stop focusing on anybody else. What do you want, Sagittarius? And dare to believe that you too can find your own serenity, your own inner balance, your peace, your dream come true, your vision, your miracle, your... So now that you're called to step out of the destructive, the chaotic, the challenger kind of an energy, what is it that you're actually desiring? What is it that you're chasing? You've been chasing it all along in order to destroy something that you associated with the very thing that you feel you are not gonna ever have or experience. true love, a healthy family, and whatever you may associate with what anybody else has. It's true, you may not have what they do, but you're called to find a measure or something close that's rather more suitable, fitted for who you are, that speaks to your soul. Maybe to you it translates differently. Maybe you just love sitting in the forest, I don't know, making a bonfire, and embrace your own and focus and find and cultivate your own harmony, and stop messing it up for everybody else. It's time you focus on your own. It's nobody's responsibility nor choice nor for how you choose to live. So you're past the point of blaming or pointing fingers, or no, you're out of excuses at this point. I pray you decide to embrace happiness whenever you're ready. Capricorn. A mystery in reverse, a painful truth, a revelation, a powerful one for that. I don't feel you were prepared for it. I feel you had some expectation. There was some level of foresight here. Whereas you knew. Sooner or later you're going to have to come to some form of a clarity or revelation in regards to something very important to you. You've asked for it, you prayed for it, you begged for it, you searched for it. And there it is, except it's not revealed to you when or how you expected it to. And most definitely, it's a lot more intense than you thought it to be. I feel there's some form of revelation that may have impacted your physical health. This is an ongoing energy for many earth signs. If you look at Taurus, so see the strain that it may have. In this case, it has to do with your, obviously, your skeleton, bone structure, arms, limbs, mobility, etc., etc., etc. And you may be incapacitated for a while. This is obviously coming hand in hand with something that you need to process, some form of revelation. Sadly, it can only happen if you are in some manner incapacitated. Otherwise, you will continue working, focusing, manifesting, putting effort. And so everything is telling you, and it's going to move in such a manner where it's going to be either have less energy, God forbid, careful about possible accidents, how you handle dangerous items or so on. And it's definitely called for all signs to take a moment, earth signs, take a moment, take a moment, take a moment. Something is trying to come through to you, you needed it, you asked for it, you're ready for it. It will come as it will. Just give it the space to do so. Take a break, for crying out loud. The world's not going to stop if you don't show up, okay? For Virgo is the same. They need to get out of their head into their heart. Something powerful is revealed to you, extremely important. But there's no, the noise in your life, in your head, in the busyness, it's just too much. So one way or the other, you either take a break, go into prayer, disconnect, fast, whatever. Or you will be put in that state because you got to receive what's yours, what's right. So be very wary. Take your health scares very seriously. And if you're stopped, don't resist. Go with it. See what needs standing, whether it's your physical health, your emotional health, paperwork, cleaning something around the home, spending time with your loved ones. Stop. Don't push past that point. Aquarius. By the way, thank you, earth signs. You've been keeping things afloat. Without your archetypal energies, we'd be doomed because nobody would be doing anything. You're the fucking queens and kings and empresses everywhere and goddesses and aliens, and nobody would do anything. We would basically starve. Person, success, Aquarius, there you are. In alignment, of course, 11. Courage, bravery, inspiration, social causes and activities, announcements, whistleblowers, activists, anarchists. Why so sad? Why so sad? These are those kinds of successes that we would rather not have had to need to obtain, right? They come at a high price. They come at a high price. And that's your motivation. Some form of a higher calling, Aquarius. And you are truly here in your overall archetypal traits and attributes, the humanitarian, answering to social needs or causes, or you're out there getting involved. We're grateful for you. You're back. You're here. You showed up. I know. Your spirit is crucial right now. You showed up. You answered the call when the time came, and you showed up. Eternally grateful for you. There's nothing to say other than thank you. You're a blessing and a light to the world. And we're grateful for your sacrifice and all those who embody the spirit. Pisces. Black Panther, hello. Pisces. Turmoil in reverse, there you are, you're also trying to balance out. We see that with Cancer, they're really processing intensely. Scorpio as well. They're trying to shift the energy back into higher vibrations and so on. Gratitude, faith, love, community, gracefulness. So the war signs are doing their part over here. Pisces is trying to maintain balance. She's finding her most graceful aspects, her most patient and tolerant, forgiving, in silence. She's staying outside of the chaos for now. Beautiful. High Priestess. That's exactly what we need you to do. And yeah, Pisces is also taking on the role that she's expected to at this time. So in chaos and turmoil and pain and in a fight against forces of darkness, she's choosing to stay neutral so she can be the perfect vessel for whatever needs to be channeled into the world when it comes to our vision or plans for the future. So it's not on her. She's not taking it upon herself, personally or individually. She's rather maintaining that vibration of neutrality. Personally, Pisces, for you, it translates as you trying to balance something extremely turbulent, violent, energetically, and as best as you can, and you're discovering your ability to actually rise above something, neutralize it, anchor yourself in a higher understanding or a vision of some sort that has to be of a more positive nature in order for you to be able to center yourself in this manner. but you know that what you're confronted with is necessary. You understand the nature and the purpose of it. Again, on a personal level, you're doing whatever you can to balance that out, to stay away, and to basically, up until now, you actually embraced this chaos. You channeled it, illusion, etc. And now you're literally trying to balance it out. Spiritually, energetically speaking, for the whole of the wheel, for us as a humanity, you're literally on that middle path now. You're beyond good or evil, or you understand the dynamics and how it works, law of compensation and so on, how we transcend, alchemize, and balance things out. But ultimately, again, spiritually, you are able to be in that perfect state, whereas the forces that need to work through you will be able to do so. So we're grateful for that. A genuine High Priestess energy.